this is Tater Magee, and I'd like to do a story segment for DJ 44 on DDCT Radio, the best radio on the net, and for YouTube. And it is a very scary story. So if you have a weak stomach, weak sphincter, or a weak heart or brain, then you best not listen to this, because you're not going to like it. Something's going to come spewing out of some type of orifice, and it's not going to be pleasant. But anyways, okay, this happened the other night. I just got done over the Circle of the Goddess, the centers, which help to train the sausage circles to be good little kielbasa's for the goddesses. And if y'all want to come out, it's on the corner of Glory and Hole. It's right next to my butt plug emporium. So come on out if you got a sausage that you need to train, because we have all the newest techniques and equipment needed. Shock collars, electrified butt plugs, etc. Muzzles. But anyways, I just got done training. It was a very stressful day because we had a really uppity sausage, and he was just like screaming, "Help, help, you crazy bitches, why'd you throw me in this van and take me here?" The usual bullshit. The Quaaludes and the Ajax had worn off, and so he was coming to, and he was not too happy about it. And we just rolled our eyes because we've heard it before, but we know that it's a man. So, their capacity for things is not the same as the superior women. So we knew that we could subdue him soon. And so, he was getting uppity, and I told the goddess that was training him, sometimes you have to turn the butt plug up to liquefy when they're like really bad, just to teach them, not for very long, but just to teach them that you don't want to do that, because something bad is going to happen to you. And so she did that, but it was an older model. And so it started sparking and malfunctioning, and long story short, we were so upset because as he was flailing around screaming and bursting into flame, the flames had managed to singe half of one of our curtains. And we had special ordered that, and it was beautiful, and now we have to special order it again. So that's another $40 down the drain. Plus now there's a big burn in the floor from where the charred remains were. We couldn't scoop it up fast enough, and so it burned a little bit. So we're upset about that. We have to replace some of the floor and the curtain. But other than that, the day was the same as any other day. So I got home. I was tired, so I sat down to watch a little bit of Here Comes Honey Boo Boo. And I was just sitting and relaxing and, not thinking of much, just kind of listening to the sausages in the basement in their cages, kind of chattering, kind of conspiracizing against me with each other. And I always found that amusing, how they thought they could one day escape. So I was just sitting back, listening to some music and just relaxing. Then I hear what sounds like a tap on the window. I just, it's probably the wind. And it's just the wind, mother. I see, every time there's wind, I think of the movie Willard. in that scene. And so that I actually did think that when there's wind, I was thinking, it's just the wind, Tater. And I found that amusing. I laughed at myself because I found myself very hilarious. And so I had fun for hours with that. So I just kept sitting back, closed my eyes, listening to music. Then I hear another tap. This was unmistakable. There's a tap. There's a window behind me, not directly behind me, because I've watched scary stories and scary movies, so I know not to put couches and stuff directly in front of a ground floor window, because someone's gonna come and burst through it and try to kill you or something. Especially, it's not a good idea if when you get home you like to get naked and just have the curtains open because you enjoy the light in the morning. You don't want to have to open it in the morning, so might as well just leave it open 24 hours a day. You enjoy sitting around naked with the curtains open. And so you don't want the couch right there, because then your neighbors might see you. This way they'll only see you if they have binoculars or something like that. So I was just sitting there naked, enjoying the music, and I hear behind me, about 5 feet, tap tap, and then I hear scratch, and then like a minute later I heard like a honk, like a bicycle horn or something like that. And I'm like, what the hell could that be? It's the weirdest thing. And I don't really like looking out the window at night. Not so much that there's scary things, but I'm liable to see my reflection in there at night while I'm standing around naked, and I'm going to scare myself because I'm going to think it's another naked person, albeit a very gorgeous, sexy person. But still, I'm going to think it's some ghost or something of a very sexy, sensual, women. And but I didn't want to look, but I'm like, okay, I have to know whether or not I need to release some of the sausages from their cages to protect me if something is right there. But I looked, I didn't see anybody. And so I decided, you know what, I'm hungry, I don't want to eat. I don't want the bother of waking up one of the sausages from their cages and having them, cook for me. And I don't have my assistant with me for in case they try to kill me while they're cooking. And so I didn't want to deal with that. And so I said, I'm going to order some Indian food. I'm going to go to Grubhub, and I'm going to order Indian food to be brought to me. And so I did. I ordered it, and so I waited. They usually take like an hour and a half. So I was waiting, but I was surprised because I hear a knock at the door like a half hour after I ordered. I'm like, oh wow, they're fast today. I just can't believe it. That's pretty quick. So I go and I open the door, and there's nothing there but a balloon animal. I'll look around left and right, but not for too long. And did not see anything. I thought maybe by a tree there was like a shadow or something, but I'm like, oh yeah, that's going to freak me the fuck out. I'm not even going to look over there again. Maybe when I get inside with the door locked, I'll go back and look, but I'm not going to look right now. And so I locked the door, and I got inside, and I went to my little telescope that I keep in a room which has a window that only has a little area to look out of so that nobody can see that you're looking out. Because, I'm a famous radio personality, so I got to be careful. And So I was looking out with that telescope, and I see a clown. There was a motherfucking clown standing by the tree. Excuse my French. And it was seemed to be staring at me. And its eyes changed colors. It seemed to light up and change colors, and its smile was so big. It was so big. It seemed like it was connected to all its other facial features. Like it was one big facial feature with the eyes and everything. It had these really sharp brown and dirty teeth. And every time it laughed, a big old laugh. When its lips went down, the teeth were like scraping and cutting into its flesh by its chin, and there's just blood dripping all down his face, to his chest, down his legs, and he's just laughing, looking at me, and then he pointed, and he said something, I don't know what, but it sounded like he said a name. And I said, oh my God. I made sure that all the doors and the windows were locked. Though I knew they would be, because I'm very cautious of that. And then I checked again. And it looked just a little bit closer. You know, not that much, but just a little bit. Same position and everything. And then I was panicking. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know if it was something for the police, and I didn't want to upset the sausages. You know, the police might say something about sausage circles. You know, especially if the Quaaludes and Ajax wore off and they were, you know, being kind of uppity and expressing, you know, their want to not be there. So I said, shit, I can't call the cops. What am I gonna do? And then I looked back again, because I didn't want to look, you know, constantly at the clown. You know, that just freaked me out every second. But then I looked again after a few minutes, trying to decide what to do. And the clown was even closer, only this time its back was turned to me, and it seemed to be kind of twitch dancing a little bit, just like moving every once in a while, twitching. And you know, that damn laugh, it was doing that damn laugh and twitching. It's twitching and doing the laugh, twitching and doing the laugh with his back to me. I said, this is the strangest shit in the world, but I mean, it's outside, I'm inside. You know, maybe it's just some kind of prank. You know, I heard it laugh, and then I heard it say something again. I couldn't quite make out what it was, because it's too far away still. And plus, maybe it wasn't enunciating, maybe it wasn't even speaking our language. And so I waited. And I looked again, it's even closer. You know, as time went on, it got closer. Then suddenly I hear a knock at the door. And I'm like, oh, that's probably the Indian food. I've already paid for it. I don't want to waste that Indian food because some freak is, you know, somewhere out there. You know, maybe they'll just eat the delivery guy, and then I can just grab the food while he's doing that. You know, lock the door back up and be safe. And so I went to the door, you know, to get the Indian food. And it was just the guy delivering the food. I was very happy about that. So I got the food. I closed and locked the door. And I went into the kitchen to We'll put all the food on a plate so I could eat it in front of the TV. And I hear a knock again. I thought, oh, did I forget something? I think that I tipped him and all that. I think I prepaid, so. But I'm going to check. And so I open the door. I do not have a peephole. I don't know why. I'm going to get one. I'm going to get a giant one. And I didn't see anybody, but I thought, well, maybe he's standing off to the side. Because I hadn't seen the clown in a few minutes, so I said, oh, he probably went away, probably got bored, some stupid meth head or something. So I opened the door, and there was that clown. Its mouth looked even bigger, and it started to laugh, and then it got a closer look at me, and it said, "You're not Billy." I said, "No, I'm not Billy. I know a Billy. He lives in Australia, but he ain't here." And he said, "I was looking for Billy." I said, "Well, you ain't gonna find him here. Let me see. A while ago, he gave me his address because I sent him a card, or Jennifer sent him a card. Probably put my name on it too, because I pay that bitch her salary. And so she probably has it somewhere, so I will call her up and I will get it for you. Then you can go see Billy. I didn't know you were his friend. You know, I try not to judge people on their looks, but you know, with the blood all down your face and everything, and the staring and the twitching and everything, it kind of threw me off. But then again, you're one of Billy's friends, so you know that could explain it. So I will call her. Do you have an email address or something? And the clown gave me his email address, and I found out the address for Billy, and he thanked me. And so he should be there, any time at all to go see my friend. So it turned out to be a happy time. But that was my scary story. And remember, don't judge a book by its cover, because that murderous looking clown that you see might not even be looking for you. Might be looking for somebody that you know. And remember, it's always scarier if you don't have a sheep to cuddle with. Thank you.